Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Becca and I am doing my last unhaul of the year and hopefully for the foreseeable future. I don't want to keep buying books that I don't love. I don't want to keep unhauling books after I've read them. You guys know my rule about keeping books. The only unread books that I keep are books that I know I really want to get to. I'm hopefully going to love them, and they're just ones that I know for a fact I'm still in the mood to read them, so they're staying. And then the read books that I have are books that I've read and loved and want to reread. There are no books on my shelves, hopefully, that I know for a fact I will never touch again that I've read. If I know for a fact after I've read it, even if I really enjoyed it, that I'm never going to pick it up again, I'm going to unhaul it. It's not that the book is bad, the book was great, but if I can't see myself rereading it, it's gone. There's one on here that everyone's probably going to scream at me for, but I've had it for a few years. It's one of the best books I've ever read, but it's going, because I'm not ever going to pick that book up again. And if I do, I will get a better edition. We'll go through that one first, because I just want to get that out of the way. Yeah. Okay, so this is the movie tie-in edition. I've had another edition of it. I completely forgot that I even had the movie tie-in edition. But I read this book like years ago. Or was it last year? It feels like years ago. I feel like I've read this so long ago. And I loved it. And if I do plan on rereading it, I can get another copy. I want to get that beautiful white, like, 10th anniversary edition or whatever it was, because I really want that one if I plan on rereading it. If I don't, then it's gotta for sure stay off my shelves. I can't keep books that I don't plan on rereading. This book broke me, and I just don't really want to reread that. It was amazing. It's one of the best books I've ever read, but like I said, it's not going to ever be reread, so it's gotta go. I have a few classics here that I don't know why I bought. To be honest, I bought them because I felt like if I read a few classics, I don't know. Like, I just felt like I needed to read classics, but I don't want to. So I have Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility, Persuasion, and Pride and Prejudice. They're all going. I don't need to read classics, and if I want to experience those stories, I can just watch the adaptations for it. I mean, I've seen the adaptation for Pride and Prejudice. There's other adaptations. There's more adaptations of all of these, and to be honest, I just don't have the time to read classics that I don't want to read. I still have some classics on my shelves. They're not going for now, but we'll see. Those also might be leaving because I have never picked any up, and I'm tired of keeping them on my shelves. I'm never gonna. They're literally on the bottom shelf. They're on the bottom, in a corner, away from me. I never even look at that shelf until I'm like, wow, why do I still have those? There are some books on there that I'm like, I really need to put up. I really want to have them, like, displayed, but then the other ones are classics that I just keep far away from me, and I shouldn't even keep on, hold on to them if I'm never going to read them. The next two books are part of a series, Truth Witch and Wind Witch. I really didn't like Wind Witch, and, well, I thought it was decent, and I liked Truth Witch when I read it. I'm not holding on to them. I still have Sight Witch. It's on my unread. I'm planning on picking it up. And if I'm not really in the mood for that one, like if I enjoy it and I don't reread it, I'll get rid of that one too. But these have got to go. I'm never going to pick these books up again. I have reread... No. I was planning on rereading this, but I didn't want to. So I just read a recap of it to go into this. That shows you I'm never going to touch these again. They're gone. Save the Day by Morgan Matson. I just filmed my the most disappointing reads of 2018. There were over 20. This is on there. Quite a few of these are on there, which is why I'm just like, I'm tired of holding on to you. I love Morgan Matson. I love a lot of her books. This one was just, it missed the mark for me. One I really liked was Always Never Yours by Emily Ribbley and Austin Siegmund Broca. I remember really liking this, but to be honest, I don't remember anything about it. And I know for sure I'll never reread it. One I didn't like, The Wicked Deep by Sharon Shaw. That's gone. One that I thought was good, but I overall was just about it, and that is A Very Large Expanse of Sea by Tara Mafi. I know this is like her most autobiographical book, and I respect that, but I'm never going to reread this, though I really enjoyed the message, or respected the message that was in this, and I liked the main character, and I liked her as like a person. I really liked her as a character. I thought she was really fun to read about, and I hated the things that happened to her. I just didn't like the romance in this, so I enjoy romance in books. I do, and if I don't enjoy a romance, it's gotta go. So, sorry. Here's a couple sequels that or companions to series that I loved, that I didn't. Leah and the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. I hated Leah. From Twinkle with Love by Sandhya Menon. I hated Twinkle. They're going. I don't want to look at them. I still have When Dimple Met Rishi still on my shelf, and I still have Simon and The Upside of Unrequited. I am never getting rid of those books. They're some of my favorite. Those are my favorite books. And I've reread Simon like 3 times, and I've reread The Upside twice. And I am planning on rereading When Dimple Met Rishi, but I will never touch those books again, so that's going. I Believe a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. I held on to this because there's a list of K-pop at the back. Right? Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, there's like a starter guide for K-pop, and so I held on to it because of that. I've never picked up K-pop after finishing this. I have, I think, watched one K-pop. Was it Taiwanese? Or was it Japanese? I can't remember, but I will just find another list. I don't need to hold on to a book just because of that. The shittiest book I've ever read, Beauty and the Beast. That's going. Okay, we're almost done. Another book that I enjoyed, but I'm never going to reread, was Intercepted by Alexa Martin. This is a sports romance. Thought it was really, really good. I really enjoyed the romance and everything in it, but I'm never going to reread it. And to be honest, I was trying to get this from the library for the longest time, and I never did. So I just bought it. And I wish I had just gotten it from the library. I wish I had just waited, but I really wanted to read this, and I saw it at the store, so I bought it. But yeah, it was really good, and I'm glad I read it, but I'm never going to reread it. Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. I bought a lot of Jennifer E. Smith because of this book, because I really liked it, but I'm never going to touch it again. And now I'm really hoping that I didn't spend like all my money on Jennifer E. Smith books that I'm never going to touch again. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, so we have like 5 books left. The next 2 are books that I've read a long while ago. They're like my favorites of the years that I read them, but I'm never going to touch them again. Ever. Everything, Everything by Nicola Yoon and The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. These have been like staples, and these have been like books that I've pushed on people, But I have reread this one before, and I'm never going to again. I've never reread this book, but I love the movies. Thought the movies, like, this one was fantastic. This movie was one of the best movies I've ever, like, best book to movie adaptations that I've ever seen before, like, they actually started getting good at it. So yeah, this was just fantastic. And then this one, the movie was decent. The movie was good. And the book was fantastic. And I loved it. I loved this book for the longest time. But I keep seeing it on my shelf, and I just keep thinking, why? Why do you hold on to it? Yes, it was amazing. And yes, before, I planned on rereading that all the time. Like, every year I was like, yep, I'm going to reread everything because I love this. And I read it, I reread it right before the movie came out. And that was it. And I know I'm never going to touch it again. Like, I loved it. It was great. But I have a feeling if I tried to read it again now, I probably wouldn't love it as much as I did. It was great for the time that I read it. And I'm glad that I read it. But it's got to go now. Alright. The last three are books that I haven't read. They're books, well, no, I'm sorry. One of them is a 2-part book. The one I've read, the one I haven't. And believe me, I never want to see this book again in my life. I can't believe I freaking went and bought this. I really can't. Twilight's gone. I'm done. So my best friend, she just rewatched Twilight again for like the first time in years the other night, and she laughed so hard. The only scene that me and her can agree was one of the best scenes is the baseball scene, but everything else in that is so cringy, it's not even funny. And we're just like, why do we... Oh my god. So, just talking to her about that, it just made me think, yeah, I don't need to hold on to this. I held on to Twilight because it was this was the book that got me, like, into reading the books that I have. This is I was reading before this book, but this just... I respect this book for what it did, which is had so many authors just bring out so many great, beautiful books. And when I first read this, I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I was a twihard. I loved this book so much when it first came out and when I first read it. Now, I can honestly say I would never touch this again. I thought I would. Like, I got rid of the rest of the series because I never wanted to touch them again. And I held on to Twilight because this was my favorite of the series, and I figured I would still reread this one. I would still love this one. And I've seen so many people rereading Twilight now after loving it back then, and just couldn't get through it. It was some of the worst they've ever read. So I am finally unhauling this beast of a book. It's 2 books in one. It's gotta go. I thought I would read the Life and Death Twilight Reimagined crap. It's not happening. Okay. The last 2 books are books that I haven't read, and I just keep looking at them, and one of them is on my yearly TBR this year. I tried reading it, and that's Nemesis by Anna Banks. I can't. I tried. I read like a few pages. I couldn't get into it. And if I really feel the need to pick it up, I'm going to get it from the library and try it on. And the other one is Say Anything by Sarah Dessen. I just so badly wanted to read a Sarah Dessen book. And I remember picking this up and getting pretty much like a quarter of the way through. That was like over a year ago. I can tell you nothing that happened. I can't tell you even if I liked it. I just can't tell you anything about it. And now reading the synopsis, I can't even understand why I picked this up in the first place. Sarah Dessen just isn't someone that I'm drawn to. I have tried picking up her books in the past for the longest time, like since high school. I can't. I just can't get into them. I know so many people who love this author. I'm just not one of them, and I'm gonna stop trying to find books that I click with so I can be a Sarah Dessen fan. That's not how it's gonna work, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. It's like with classics. Everybody loves classics, and everybody loves Sarah Dessen. And I feel like I should try to, jump on these bandwagons and like them too. But I'm not going to keep forcing myself to pick things up that I know for a fact I'm not going to like. So, it's gone. Goodbye, so long, farewell. I'm unhauling all of them. To be honest, I thought I was only going to unhaul like 4 books today. And I wasn't even going to make a video about it. But you just saw the massive pile of books that I had. That's just what happens when I get in a mood. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked this video, at least somewhat. I know this is going to be pretty controversial, but yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.